Wakakahiaka,
Aloha.
Chair De La Cruz, Vice Chair Moriwaki, our Maui senators, and distinguished members of the Ways and Means Committee. It is with much gratitude and respect that I appear before you today. On August 8th, our community was forever changed by one of the nation's deadliest wildfires in over a century and the largest natural disaster in the history of Hawaii. I humbly also come before you today on behalf of the 101 lives that were lost, the 2 people that are still unaccounted for, and the over 10,000 residents whose lives were impacted in immeasurable ways. Today, I am their voice, and we need your help. We're asking for $401.75 million over the next 3 years to assist in the rebuild and recovery of Lahaina. Likewise, the County of Maui will leverage that support with our own commitment of $198.75 million over 3 years. This request will target critical infrastructure, housing, and emergency response needs. And even though I sit on this side of the table, I'm cognizant that we are all equal partners in addressing this disaster. We are all in this together. And with your support, the county is prepared to move forward with our recovery plan. And while you likely will have lots of discussion today about data and other quantifiable objectives, we are focused on the quality of life of our traumatized survivors, our people, your loved ones, our neighbors, your ohana. Never has Maui come to this body with a more urgent, critical, and justified need. And while I fully recognize you're faced with many priorities this session, none are of a higher priority than the people in town of Lahaina. Some may be just as important, but none more important. Every day our people are leaving, and this is a consequence that I cannot make peace with. We must make our people whole again. We cannot do it without the support of the state. The implications of the county having to address this disaster without the state's support would be devastating to our community and would set us back for decades. Our request is both necessary, reasonable, fluid, and potentially reimbursable from the federal government. We know this because of the support given to other counties in the past. In 2018, the legislature appropriated $110 million for flood damage on Kauai, and $130 million was appropriated to Hawaii Island for the Kilauea eruption. In other words, we have a history in this state of taking care of our people, and the only difference is the magnitude of the devastation that was caused by this disaster. I would like to acknowledge your frustration in wanting more information about our plan prior to today. However, the complexity of this disaster requires an unprecedented level of planning. It also requires the careful and thoughtful stewarding of accurately reflecting and representing our community's voice. Our administration, our council members, and I'm sure our state legislators wake up every day carrying the kuleana of our people on our shoulders and in our hearts. We are driven by the 4,692 people still living in 15 hotels, struggling to hold on to hope. We will not rest until every survivor is returned to a place they can call home. There are no words for the gratitude that I feel for our administration and the critical work they continue to prioritize in response to this disaster. And I'm confident that they will answer many, if not all of your questions during their presentation today. Lastly, I would be remiss to not mention our continuous appreciation for our federal, state, and community partners. And I must acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of the Hawaii Community Foundation, the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement, and the Maui United Way in their partnerships and support for the people of Lahaina. If I could just leave you with the words of one of Lahaina's fearless and respected community leaders, Archie Kalepa says to us, we have one chance. Lahaina, everything is gone. We have one chance to get this right. If we fail, we'll fail for the next 5 generations and beyond. My team is here with me to make a comprehensive presentation, and I hope to answer many of the questions you've already been asking this morning. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Chair.